Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Matty here from Chill TCG. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Grand Finals match from the massive 850 player Chill Series number 41 tournament. The biggest turnout of all time in Chill Series history, as well as the online, play.limitless online tournament platform. So absolutely incredibly sized tournament. I want to thank everybody for coming out and playing. Absolutely phenomenal. But it all came down to these two players right here. We have Gumi here and Diamond King is the other player. That was their limitless names. That's what they'll call them. Their real names are going to be down in the description below. But Gumi here, he's going to be playing, of course, the recently popular and very successful Rapid Strike and Inteleon Urshifu. Rapid Strike Urshifu and Inteleon, I suppose. The list that did win the most recent Players' Cup, and he's going to be going against Diamond King, who is playing Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Diamond King, he has the Gengar and Mimikyus in his list. He's got the 1/1 Alcremie VMAX lineup. Both players' deck lists will be down in the description below. Gumi here seems to be typing in chat. I prized 3 versus LOL. I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about, but I know that Gumi here, he's going to want to start setting up these Urshifus, and he's going to want to get all of these great Pokemon on his bench. He seems to have done that in his first turn. That Dedenne-GX is going to eliminate his Psychic weakness. Of course, very important in this matchup. The Sobble there is going to be able to evolve into the Drizzile, as well as the Inteleons. Of course, all great cards. The Drizziles with Shady Dealing is going to help him find more trainer cards in his list, whereas the Inteleons are going to help him add on damage. And that Passimian on his bench there is going to increase the bench damage done by Urshifu VMAX there with GMAX Rapid Flow. We seem to have drawn some extra cards with Dedenne this turn and put down a last Sobble. So his board state is all pretty much set up. He has the Drizzile in hand to find another supporter card next turn. He's actually going to boss up the Calyrex, hoping to keep that in the active spot, just really trying to stop Diamond from, of course, utilizing the Whorehouse GX from Gengar and Mimikyu next turn, because we of course know that that's exactly what Diamond King would like to do. But we see he has the Calyrex VMAX in his hand, so he's going to go ahead and evolve that. And we're going to go ahead and see the Underworld Door. He's going to attach the energy to the Gengar Mimikyu on the bench there. Now it's got the 2 Psychic energies. He's going to draw 2 cards in the process. Manually attaches 1 to the active Calyrex. And also, I just want to apologize as we get into this. The stream quality isn't going to be super phenomenal. Of course, we're just kind of capturing Discord, screen captures, so the quality and the frame rate might be a little bit low. I do apologize for that. It's the best that we can possibly do. No spectate feature in PTCGO, unfortunately. We're going to see Diamond King here. He goes with the Evolution Incense. Probably going to be looking through his list. I'm not sure exactly what he might be grabbing with this. Inteleon, Urshifu. The matchup is obviously favored, I think, for Calyrex. Even with the Dedenne-GX down there. Azul GG said it himself on the live stream. This is a winnable matchup for Rapid Strike Urshifu V, but it's definitely not favored for the Urshifu. Definitely not a great matchup, but a lot of things can go into this match that make it a lot more winnable. Per se. So we see the Marshadow come down. I'm not sure exactly what he grabbed with the Evolution Incense. Perhaps nothing. He might have failed the search there. And we're going to see him discard Ordinary Rod and a Psychic Energy with a Dedenne-GX. Going to be drawing 6 more cards. We see the second Shadow Rider Calyrex V come down. And that's going to be nice to have that set up for next turn. The big question here is, does he have a switching out? Does he have an Air Balloon or a switch so we can go into that Gengar and Mimikyu-GX for the Whorehouse GX? That's exactly what Diamond King would like to be doing right now. But having that the Marshadow down, the 2 Calyrexes, and the Gengar Mimikyu, definitely not a bad setup. And we see here he ends his turn by placing a 3rd Shadow Rider Calyrex V on his board. So now, on a Gumi's turn, he can get an attack off this turn. We could, of course, evolve into an Urshifu VMAX here. We could get an early game GMAX Rapid Flow off. That would be really beneficial. And we're going to see him Pokecom away the Inteleon here. And potentially could be grabbing another Drizzile. It's exactly what he's going to do here. His hand is just that one Cheryl. Not a card that he's probably going to be using in this matchup. But one thing that he can do with Drizzile is search his deck for... so he grabs the Research, and he's just going to discard the Cheryl to draw 7 more cards. We see a lot of great stuff in his hand. Unfortunately, we do not have a way to find the VMAX this turn. That would have been the most beneficial thing he could have found, because we could have gotten a nice boosted GMAX Rapid Flow off, done some damage, KO'd some Pokemon on the bench. Unfortunately, no VMAX this turn. We do have the 3rd energy, though, needed for, of course, the GMAX Rapid Flow. And it looks like he's going to use that switch to switch into the Dedenne. And, of course, kind of retreating defensively. He's got the karate belt in his hand, which is, of course, really good. Only has one Urshifu on board. Already has the telescopic sight attached to it. That's going to increase the bench damage. But the karate belt can be really good mid to late game to allow him to G-Max Rapid Flow for one less energy. Of course, that would be just the Rapid Strike energy attachment. But now on to Diamond's turn here. He's going to start popping off with these Underworld Doors. He does evolve the second Shadow Rider VMAX there. We do find the Air Balloon. So now what we can do is full effect Whorehouse GX this turn. It's gonna stop. It's going to stop Gumi from doing anything on his next turn. He has that Air Balloon in hand, so if Gumi were to attach that to Dedenne last turn, then he would have been able to retreat out. But we actually don't see the Whorehouse GX from Diamond. We're actually just going to see him take the KO with his Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. I think this is a great play. We have that Gengar Mimikyu kind of in the back. We know it can take at least one hit. We know it's going to be able to buy himself a turn later on in the game. Similar to like a Luke Metal, Full Metal Wall strategy, it might be beneficial to actually hold that GX attack for later in the game. It's also a great way for him to draw some cards if he needs it later on. So yeah, I mean, Diamond King with a quick two prize KO there on the Dedenne. And we do see Gumi here finds the VMAX. He's got the fully set up Urshifu with a Rapid Strike Inteleon on the bench with quick shooting. Now he just has to decide what does he want to target? What Pokemon does he want to attack? It looks like he might be bossing up this Calyrex, again, hoping to kind of stick it in the active spot where he's going to go ahead and take 3 prize cards, knocking out the Dedenne and the Marshadow on the bench. So again, a nice 3 prize KO turn for Gumi. The problem is his hand doesn't have much going on for him. He's hoping to draw something pretty progressive off these prize cards. We do see the Evolution Incense. That could possibly be a Drizzile for more trainer cards that he can grab. We find 2 of his Urshifu Vs there that were in the prize cards. That might have been what he was talking about early on. But yeah, I mean, I still think that at this point, Diamond King is in a favorable position. He's got 3 of his attackers, right, still on board. He's got double Calyrex VMAX and the Gengar Mimikyu. Right now, if he has a boss's orders and he can KO that Jirachi GX, he pretty much locks in the game for next turn. The thing is, if you boss up the Jirachi GX this turn, you're going to need another boss probably to target an Urshifu because we know that Gumi's not going to be leaving that in the active spot. So he actually promotes the Shadow Rider V, which is interesting. Or actually, I think it was still in the active spot from last turn. Yeah, it got brought up by Gumi there with that boss's order. So I guess right now he's going to be looking for hopefully a way to get out of that active spot. I believe he's down Air Balloon and he might be down a Switch as well. He's going to be grabbing another Marshadow with the Fog Crystal. He might be benching this, but I don't know exactly why we would be benching Marshadow just in general in this matchup. It can get KO'd with G-Max Rapid Flow, kind of can help Gumi in the prize race. And take those prize cards the way he wants to. It's also only really going to be able to get rid of the Tower of Waters, which I think, of course, would be beneficial, but I don't know if it's actually worth benching that Marshadow. We're going to see him discard an energy here with the Quick Ball. Interesting. I'm not sure if he plays multiple Ordinary Rods, Diamond King, in his list. He might have 2. But I believe he already has 2 Psychic Energies at the very least in his discard pile at this point. I'm not sure what he's going to be grabbing with the Quick Ball either. He could be grabbing the Force Calyrex. We see that he does do that. He might be thinning it out. He might actually put that down on his board. We're going to see the Underworld Door come down, and he's going to attach the 3rd energy to the 2nd Shadow Rider Calyrex and draw 2 additional cards. Goes up to a massive 9-card hand, or 8-card hand at the moment. And most likely will have some stuff that he needs. So he attaches manually to the active Shadow Rider Calyrex. Even though he's got a large hand here, 24 cards in deck, might not have the switching out. And if he has to pass his turn here, that could actually be incredibly beneficial here for Gumi and his Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how this turn plays out. Again, I think that as long as Diamond King, yellow here, he can get out of the active spot, he's got the advantage, right? Because I'm not sure he'd be getting the KO. He's not. He's doing 250 damage with Shadow Rider at this point. Not enough to get the KO on Urshifu, of course, because the Jirachi GX is there, gets rid of the weakness. But I think just getting some damage off on this Urshifu kind of seals the deal, since there's actually no bench space for Gumi to set up another one. And no matter what, I think he's just going to end up kind of winning the race here. Quick lag in the stream, so it looks like he resetting Okay, yeah, so he did pop the Marshadow to get rid of the Training Court, I believe. So he used Training Court, got the energy out. We kind of missed that there with the lag in the stream. So he placed the Training Court, got the energy out of the discard pile, and then got rid of it with the Marshadow. And he actually doesn't have a way to switch out. So this Calyrex is here stuck in the active spot. Does kind of just hit the active. for 10 damage. But this actually is pretty beneficial because now Gumi cannot play any Rapid Strike energies from his hand this turn. So unless he finds a basic energy, he's not going to be actually really able to progress his board state. He's going to go ahead and pop the Drizzile that he found with the Evolution Incense. We're going to quick ball away an Urshifu V. The problem is he doesn't have any more Urshifu Vs in his deck. So now that he discards these, I don't believe he has any more to utilize throughout the rest of the game. He does find the basic energy, so he can attach that, at least get an attachment for the turn. And we're going to see a quick shooting on the Gengar Mimikyu. So right now, his focus is going to be setting up that Gengar Mimikyu on the bench there with only 240 HP for a 3-prize KO later in the game. That strafe not going to do any damage with Shadow Rider's resistance. So Diamond King kind of gets out of it unscathed, but that's kind of how Urshifu goes, right? The Karate Belt could be really good in those situations because realistically, if we had a second Urshifu, we could put Karate Belt onto it. We had the Rapid Strike energy. We would have been able to get a G-Max Rapid Flow off, that turn, I guess, technically speaking. But the attack from Shadow Rider V prohibited him from even playing this special energy. So definitely kind of a tough situation for Gumi to be in. He's going to go ahead and take a look at the deck list from Diamond King here. And it looks like this Shadow Rider it's just going to get brought up into the active spot. Does have the switch card. The Path to the Peak comes down. This is actually really important because this turns off the abilities from Jirachi GX. And Path to the Peak is an incredibly good card right now. Basically re-enabling the Psychic weakness from Rapid Strike Urshifu V here. Meaning that this Calyrex is going to be able to take the nice one-hit KO on the active Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX here. And we see the Marnie come out as well, so it's going to drop down Gumi's hand size. So a really great play. Path to the Peak, Marnie combo into a 3-prize KO on the active. Definitely a really, really, really great turn for Diamond here. And at this point, I don't know what else Gumi can do. He's gonna have to wait. I don't even know if he has an Urshifu left in his an Urshifu V left in his list to kind of build back up slowly. And Diamond really only needs to take one more prize card, no matter what's in the active spot. Yeah, it's gonna get KO'd. So we're gonna see Gumi here concede game 1. Interesting game for sure, but definitely did seem to be in Diamond King's favor. So we'll be right back. We'll get into game number 2. I can't wait. We'll see you guys in just a second. Getting right back into it. Game number 2. It all comes down to this last game. Diamond King has a chance to take game 2 here and take the set in Grand Finals for the largest Chill Series tournament of all time, 850 players. Would be a great accomplishment for him. I'm sure he's really excited about it. He's going to ask Gumi if he wants to go first or if he wants to go second. And Gumi's going to go ahead and say, you know what, I'll go first. I think that would be beneficial for me. I think we both want to go first, so I would rather do it than let you do it. Makes sense. I think that especially Shadow Rider likes to go first, get the energy on a Gengar Mimikyu. Always a great setup. And we didn't actually see the Whorehouse GX come out last game. It just wasn't really needed, but it was there, and it definitely could have been beneficial if it was needed in that matchup. So Gumi will go first this turn. We see the Mew is in his list. That's not going to particularly help him in this matchup, but it definitely would have helped Diamond if it was in his list. So yeah, he's going to go ahead and quick ball away that Mew immediately because we know it's not going to be beneficial. Decides to grab the Jirachi GX over the Sobble. Very interesting play, but I think that makes sense because we do have the level ball in hand, so we're going to be able to grab that Sobble and get at least one of these bad boys on our bench. Going first, not a bad setup. We got the Jirachi GX protecting us from getting kind of KO'd. Next turn, of course, what Yellow or Diamond King could do this turn is get that energy on a Gengar Mimikyu and Whorehouse GX just for 1 energy and try to get the KO on the active Urshifu, but might be difficult with that Jirachi GX on there. He would need the Path to the Peak to get that KO. So we're going to see the Fog Crystal come out. The Marshadow is his starting Pokemon. Definitely not a terrible Pokemon to necessarily, kind of have access to early game. But it's not the Pokemon that Diamond King wants right now. He's going to want either the Gengar Mimikyu or some Shadow Rider Vs to set up on his board. He's kind of pretty much going to follow the same path that he did last game, I would think. He really wants to get those Shadow Riders built up. He wants to get a lot of energies on his board, and of course, he's going to grab the Gengar and Mimikyu-GX. Just an absolutely incredible card early on in the game. Really makes Shadow Rider Calyrex that much more deadly of a deck. So we do see him actually switch into that Gengar Mimikyu, promote it to the active spot, and he's going to discard his hand, which has Dedenne-GX, Ordinary Rod, and Evolution Incense. So there come 2 Shadow Rider Calyrex Vs on board, and there comes the 1 energy Whorehouse GX. Going to kind of set himself up for perhaps a really nice turn next turn with only a 4-card hand, but you never know what he's got in there. So the strafe comes out from Gumi. Now he's realizing, I actually have to switch that's not actually an option. So he's going to have to choose either this Jirachi GX or the Sobble, neither of which you really kind of want to leave up in the active spot. If this Jirachi GX gets KO'd, you don't really have any protection against Psychic Weakness for the rest of the game. And if you allow him to KO the Sobble, we don't really have a way to draw any cards next turn. You know what I'm saying? So he does decide to bring up the Jirachi GX. That strafe play might not actually have been that beneficial, right? Maybe we wanted to just kind of stay in the active spot. It's possible that this Gengar Mimikyu would have missed the KO if Path to the Peak wasn't available to him. But Diamond, we see the second energy come down on the Gengar Mimikyu GX. We see the first of probably many. Shadow Rider VMAX comes down, and the other Underworld Door comes down, attaches to itself, and draws +2 cards. Here comes another Evolution Incense for most definitely another Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, and there it is. Will we see another Underworld Door? Yeah, of course we will. This is going to be another energy put down on Diamond King's Shadow Rider Calyrex. He's also going to draw 2 more cards. So his board is filled right now. He's got the Gengar Mimikyu, he's got the 3 Shadow Riders, the Marshadow, and of course that Dedenne, kind of a liability sitting on the bench, especially against Urshifu. Urshifu loves those bench Dedennes. But, realistically, it's kind of the same as last turn, where, Gumi kind of has, the ability to take 3 prize cards by sniping the bench. But after that, then what? Because then you're just kind of going to probably get KO'd. But unfortunately, this Gengar Mimikyu does hit for 150 on the Jirachi, just 1 damage counter away from actually getting the KO. So now we're going to see the Drizzile come out for the Evolution Incense. He's going to evolve the Urshifu VMAX. And now we can do a lot of things here. We're going to Quick Ball away, actually, the Energy Spinner to grab a second Urshifu, and this is what's going to be different for Gumi this game. He knows he needs to have a second Urshifu, because if he doesn't set that up, he's going to be in a really bad situation. One you can attach to a Telescopic Sight, the other one you definitely want with Karate Belt to get a couple of G-Max Rapid Flows off consecutively, and I think that's what Gumi's plan is going to be this game. So unfortunately misses the energy this turn, and we're not going to see really anything off of that Marnie that we really wanted to see. No Rapid Strike energy, no Telescopic Sight, no Switch card, really anything. So he's going to have to pass with Jirachi GX in the active spot, and that is not a great place to be. We know this Jirachi GX is going to get KO'd this turn, and that removes the resistance, or sort of the, or I guess it enables the Psychic Weakness for the rest of the game, which is definitely what Diamond King would love. He's really happy right now. He knows that this matchup is advantageous just in general, I think, for Shadow Rider, and now with this Jirachi GX going to get KO'd this turn, he's in a really, really good spot to take this tournament home. So we're going to see the Quick Ball come out. He does have 6 or 7 energies on board. We saw this turn a couple Underworld Doors. He's got 3 on one Shadow Rider, 1 on both of the other Shadow Rider V and V Max. 2 energies in the discard pile, however, and we see that Weak Guard energy kind of spicy in the Shadow Rider list. We're going to wait for the stream to come back. Quick little pause here. Oh, okay. Again, apologize. There's not much we can really do with the frame rate here on the stream, but it looks like we didn't miss a whole lot. I think we might have seen a research there from Diamond King. We're going to get a view of his discard pile. And it looks like we do see the switch out here. So he's going to go into a healthy Shadow Rider VMAX, and he's just going to go ahead and say, you know what? I'll take 2 KOs on this Jirachi GX. I'm totally fine with that. You don't have a Psychic Weakness. I'm taking 2 prize cards. My hand has 8 cards in it, and I'm in a pretty good spot. Yeah, you can snipe the bench Dedenne, the Marshadow here. You can take 3 prize cards, but then, next turn, I'm just going to KO your Urshifu, and then what? You know what I mean? So I think that pretty much no matter what, Diamond King has this game kind of locked down. We see that he chooses to grab the Telescopic Sight with the Drizzile. I believe the Tower of Waters comes into play. And we're going to research away the Drizzile in the Urshifu V here. So a couple things we want. We want the Rapid Strike energy. Unfortunately, we do not find it. And that is very, very tough. Extremely tough, actually. If you're Gumi, really your only chance would have been to G-Max Rapid Flow for a 3-prize double KO this turn. But unfortunately, that's just not going to happen. And I think what we're going to have to do here is Evolution Incense for the Dedenne. Luckily, he does have it in his list. The Sobble can come down. Why not? And we're going to go ahead and Dedenne, draw 6 cards, and we want a Rapid Strike energy here. And we do find it, and we also find the basic. But I think we also want a second Rapid Strike energy next turn. I think that's honestly the only way, if that's even a way to win this game. But here comes the G-Max Rapid Flow, just like we saw last game. And now he's actually going to target the 2 3-prize Pokemon that are on Yellow's bench. And this is actually an incredibly smart play. You're not taking any prize cards this turn, but what we are doing is setting up for a 6 prize turn next turn potentially, right? And that's going to be the difference. I think the only thing that he needs, though, to do that is going to be the Passimian on his bench, and I don't know if he has it left in his list or in his deck, but that would be really, really beneficial. But Yellow here. Now, I mean, there's not much left for Diamond King Yellow here to do, right? I mean, he can just KO the active. He's going to feel pretty good just about doing that. He's going to take 3 prize cards, and then he just has to hope that Gumi doesn't have it like that next turn. I believe what Gumi needs is a Rapid Strike Energy and a Passimian down on his board, and then he might be able to kind of snipe those 2 bench Pokemon for a nice 6 prize KO. He can definitely get the Gengar Mimikyu, but I don't know if he has the math, or if the math actually works out in order for him to KO the Calyrex. I think it might actually, though, exactly, if you get the Passimian down. But, yeah, I mean, I think the writing's on the wall here. Both players either going to win on their next turn. We just kind of have to see and check out to see if it actually happens. Gumi, though, kind of came back, right? I mean, he has what he needs to. He has exactly what he needs to do here. But he also has the Inteleon, so he can definitely actually get the win next turn with the rapid, or the quick shooting Rapid Strike Inteleons on his board. So he's got it figured out, right? I mean, he's in a state here to where he either wins this turn or he loses the next turn. So we'll see if Gumi can actually pull it out. That would be really kind of cool to see. But Diamond King here, I mean, going up to a massive hand here, taking 3 prize cards yet again that turn. So here comes the Reset Stamp off the top deck. This might be good. At this point, I don't think the Reset Stamp does much because, you know, no matter what, he's going to do enough damage to take at least 1 prize card next turn. So the Drizzle's on the active spot. It's a free pivot with Air Balloon. And if you're Gumi here, you just, you just need to, to get it done. I don't know. I think you need the Passimian. And I think that you need the Rapid Strike Energy. Although, actually what we saw last turn, and I totally missed this, the Urshifu with Karate Belt got KO'd. So it might have gotten bossed up and KO'd. And that's exactly what Diamond King actually needed to do to win the game, because now Gumi is 2 turns away from taking this game, because no matter what, he's not going to be able to attack this turn. So he's going to say well played, and that's actually the difference. He's going to just take 3 prize cards on the Gengar Mimikyu. But yeah, that Urshifu with Karate Belt getting KO'd, I mean, he needed that Urshifu to set it up this turn to get the win. And unfortunately, he's just not going to be able to do it. So that is the game. Yeah, wow. I missed that. Did he boss it up, or was that Urshifu just in the active spot, man? I completely missed that. That is my bad. But yeah. Incredibly great run for Gumi here. It was just a great game by both players. He's going to go ahead and let him take the KO to take the tournament here. There we go. Chill Series number 41. 850 players all came down to this last game. 2 phenomenal players, 2 phenomenal deck lists. An absolutely insane tournament. I want to give a big thanks to everybody who participated. Big thanks to the judges who helped with the event, the admins. Big shout out to PTCGO Zone for making this all possible. Definitely go check them out on Twitter. Their links will be down in the description below. And of course, big shout out to Azul GG and Trainer Chip for casting this tournament live on Twitch throughout the night. It went for a very long time. It was a big tournament. Went deep into the night. I think this thing wrapped up at about 4 or 5 a.m. So these players definitely had dedications. But you know what? They're happy to be rocking and rolling. And Diamond King there becomes the first champion of the new season of Chill Series, Season 5. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to play in Chill Series tournaments every Wednesday. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more content. We're going to be covering all the deck lists from this tournament, talking about the meta, and we're going to get back to our normal upload schedule as well. So I'm really excited for that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Matty from Chill TCG. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys probably tomorrow.